We finally have the battle we've been waiting for a long
At
time.
least a year.
At least a year. Ulm. Tartary. Full stacks. The god. At least one god. The other god unfortunately can't move. So it's not going to be present. But this is it.
This is a lot of mages on both sides. There's something like 40 mages on Tartary's side, D2s and A2s. And on Ulm's side,
Yep.
we've got, what, 20 some, 25? A lot of
A
priests,
lot.
smiths, and some other whatever Ulm has.
We've got a commander with a Bane Blade. Because of course.
Style points, yes.
Because what else?
It's
gonna
Ulm.
ask why there's
Sometimes you just have items and you got to put them on something.
We've got sexy anime Vladimir Putin.
The heroine. Wow.
The
That's
heroine.
that's a. I don't know why it has a thistle mace, but that's interesting. It's a thug.
Uh, maybe so you can cast. What? I have no idea. Well, we'll have to see what it casts. So I think it's gonna summon sprites actually.
Okay.
I don't know. And of course, we have Big Daddy God Smasher, the God Smasher,
Yes, the imprisoned wonder.
with literally everything you can want in a god, the imprisoned wonder. What is this? What is this? Ulm, Ulm. We have some questions about Ulm's tactics, especially giving away your land. But Iron Daddy Swift, like Iron Daddy Swift Couscous, but Ulm has some excellent, real good mage.
And I like how they've spread their mages out, so they're not all going to get focused down. Hopefully, those are far enough forward that the Iron Darts and the Iron Blizzards will actually hit Tartary. This guy's a little lost. It looks like Ulm has gone with a full forward deploy, probably to try to get those Iron Darts and Iron Blizzards onto the Tartary stack. Which, if you turn on the grid, I don't think we want to bother counting, but, but I think
let's make sure we turn on these teams.
Yeah, I think that stuff is well within 30 squares. Even the back line might be within 30 squares of the forward mages.
So,
30 I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I know maybe they may be on like Summon Earth Power Advancing Cast too.
Yeah, so I know the front to the front is a 25 square gap. So basically they can hit to here.
Okay.
All right. Let's see it run. All right, so first we've got it's really hard to see the spells here, but we've got Power of the Spheres, the god, and then the
Iron. A lot of arrows on both sides. The arrows, those are Iron Blizzards, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's going to really hurt. Let's watch this come down.
Yeah, so Iron Blizzards is really the thing. Tartary absolutely needs arrow or that is going to happen every single time.
Oh, that was brutal. That was right into the mages and the sacreds.
Stuff. We've got arrows. Yeah, arrows flying into the mage line.
So those were small air elementals, though. Okay, so it looks like the first turn he summoned small, second turn big.
It might have been a thing here. And what is this? Wailing Winds, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that is some good
the
tech.
First real magic in the game has entered.
Besides elementals.
You're right. And of course, because I always think Wailing Winds is Evo 7 because of how good it is. But it's actually Evo 6, the same as Iron Blizzard. So
yeah, it probably should be higher, but because it is a very good. It basically means that if the battle goes long, you will always win. This battle may not go all that long because the Iron Blizzards are either going to kill the horse. Like the horses are going to charge in 12 turns, no matter what happens, and like that will decide the battle. So also look at those crossbows. The crossbows are going into the mages too. I don't know if it's because the mages don't have shields, and so the crossbows are deliberately targeting them, but that's really big.
Yeah. I've been told that it may be a recent change, but that crossbows are really like targeting mages now.
Yeah, that's hurting a lot for Tartary. And it looks like the elementals that went into the Ulm backline probably got slapped to pieces by guardians, but the bigger ones that were sort of preventing the initial infantry charge from getting to the horses are helpful. I don't know how helpful air elementals without Storm are in general. Storm would have been huge here, cutting out half of the projectiles and buffing the air elementals, but Tartary just doesn't have the research for it.
Yeah, without Storm, Storm would have, oh my god, Storm would have helped them so much.
Yeah, and also...
have you ever seen Iron Blizzard? Iron Blizzard does incredibly poorly under Storm,
right?
Just because of how big of a spread
it'll spray everywhere, and half of the projectiles will vanish.
Yeah, or you kill your own guys, right?
Right. And because Iron Blizzard is going to just absolutely shred any elementals.
Yeah, they're all dead.
Yeah.
We have some light horsemen running away, but these guys weren't doing anything anyway. Like, what are these light horsemen going to do against these guys who are all, by the way, like iron, like they're all
They're all Legion of Steel, I think.
yeah, they're sorry, they're
So,
not
so
Iron
yeah,
Steel. They're all Legion of
even
Steel.
with
So their
even without a
protection is
shield,
massive.
like a normal bow is just never going to damage these.
Yeah, we've got skeletons.
And note that Tartary is not. It's not enchant 5. It's using Raised Dead. I think that means enchant 4.
Chant 4.
So that's unfortunate that it can't get the
So
higher
we have a
quality
couple of the light.
skeletons out.
We have a couple of the light horsemen run away here, but all the mages have died to crossbows, and we still have this sacred stack that I think is going to run in pretty soon. Here,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And let's see over in Ulm.
Are the Ulm mages on Advance and Cast? It doesn't. Maybe some of them are. Those guys look like they are. Okay. Yeah. Oh, those are Iron Blizzards. Whoosh. Yeah, and you look and you like Tartary's not doing a lot of damage. They've got the undead are holding them in place. The air elementals all died. The thunder weapons, the thunder weapon bows are doing something, and now they're charging and they're using sort of thunder weapons on the lance and the hoof and the whatever, which is helpful. But like, look at those. Oh, hang on.
Iron Blizzard is killing more of Ulm's troops.
Well, pause for a second. The reason that happened, and that will always happen with a cavalry charge against infantry, is the mages in Dominions 5 are smart, but they're not smart enough to figure out that enemy cavalry will stop when they hit your units. So they will anticipate, they'll keep moving, and they'll aim ahead of them. And it just so happens that will be in the middle of your troops. So you can drop some really nasty evos on yourself facing cavalry charge. Yeah, but I think that one, right into the sacreds. That has to hurt. Oh, there goes another one of them. Like those are really hurting. Oof. Yeah,
I
those
think
route.
Had Tartary had Storm, this would be a lot different.
I think Storm, some Thunder Strikes, some Enchant 5 for skeletons for better holding power.
Because the real thing about Storm is that
those are all mages going down.
It helps them on so many fronts. It helps them on the fronts of their elementals are now crazy strong, so they don't die so easily to Guardians because they just don't get hit. And of course, the Iron Blizzard is much less oppressive.
Plus, if we're putting out wish lists for Tartary Tech, Aerofend would have blocked 80% of the projectiles and have basically turned off Iron Blizzard.
Yeah, Aerofend.
You look at Aerofend, Mist, Storm. Suddenly, Ulm has no damage anymore besides the infantry.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, if we look at the research here, right? So here's Ulm, actually third place right now, but he's sort of the top.
Arco's so far ahead it doesn't count.
Yeah, but sure, but Tartary has nothing. Tartary has been on the move all game because they decided to invade Ermor really early, and then they got ganked, and that you can't fault them from getting ganked.
I think this is a really good example in general, minus the giving away of forts to other players. Ulm did a really good job sort of, just sitting there, holding on, accepting the loss of income, but not losing the troops or mages, and researching until it got a solution that it could use, which was, Evo 6 Iron Blizzard. Then it pops up and it just stomped the Tartary stack that has been running around for 9 months or something, and it has not been researching. And so it didn't have the answers it needed.
Yeah, I mean, so at this point, Ermor continues to not just jump on Tartary Cap for some reason. They're just kind of sitting here. But I have to assume now that Tartary is done.
Like, look at the mage losses. I think Ulm did the math in general chat. Ulm lost something like 2,000 gold of troops, and Tartary lost like 8,000 gold and 80-some gems. Yeah. And note that Ulm's losses, Ulm lost some mages. That's not ideal. But a lot of those losses are troops. Tartary lost a lot of mages. Tartary lost 27 mages. That's a huge blow. There's no reason that Ulm should not be able to bundle up into like 1 or 2 doom stacks, push Tartary, or more bundles up, pushes Tartary. I don't think Tartary can stop it.
Yeah, so as far as I can see, this is our first actual kill of the game. Tartary is done.
I don't know, 100% done.
Like Ermor just has to walk the stuff in here, and it's all over.
Yeah, I think if either of them 100% commit to pushing for Tartary Cap, Tartary probably cannot stop it. We've seen players throw leads this size before, so I wouldn't. It's more or less Ulm or Ermor's game to lose rather than Tartary's game to win.
I don't think Ulm. has the problem of has problems, and I don't know if Ulm could by themselves take Tartary Cap.
I think
but
if they push in
be,
together, and one of them sort of cleans
alone.
up a little bit, and one of them goes right for the cap,
Yeah.
I think it's very doable.
Yeah. Anyway, so well, that would that normally would be more than enough for one turn, but no, not this turn. This turn we head south past Ind, apparently cleaning up the lake. That was rather interesting. If you guys remember that Pyrthium stack that was sitting on Arco's fort, well, Arco decided they wanted to do something about it. And here we have not one, not two, but three mages, two of which have rings of levitation. When you have three earth mages with rings of levitation, that can only mean one thing. Earthquake. Hey, pretty good, right? We've got some Thurgs here. Those are some really low defense, low protection dudes.
Yeah, so it's
summon Earth power. They're all Earth 3. And
there's no earthquake.
Body Ethereal.
Yeah, so what happened
Body
here?
Ethereal Iron Skin.
This is very sad. I think we'll see a couple of meteors or something, but yeah, gifts from heaven on the Pythium side. So this is a scripting error. So sadly, and this is kind of an obscure scripting error. Sadly, an E3 cannot cast Earthquake because Earthquake costs 3 gems. And so in order to cast it as an E3, you would need to pay 3 for the Earthquake and 4 for the, boosting yourself up to E4. But because mages can't spend more gems than they have in the path under any circumstances, the mage can't do it. At most, this gem can spend 3 earth mages. I mean, this mage can only spend 3 gems, and so it cannot cast Earthquake. So this was a really clever idea by Arco. Just they had to have boots for this to work.
This would have absolutely decimated the Arco army, or the Pythian army.
Yeah, assuming they didn't. I mean, maybe they cast
Soul Slays.
Yeah,
we got some angels, and we have our forward deploy angels, which basically have smashers and the thugs to try to deal with.
Pythium might have.
Normally, what you'd want to do.
Pythium might have scripted a few, like an early Twist Fate or an early Luck or an early Body Ethereal. We'll have to see. I don't know that it would have been a total disaster, but it would have wiped out a lot of them, I think.
So what we want to do with those angels is have them attack immediately. Don't take any buffs, so that you can catch any baiter, any gem baiter or earthquake caster that you can. I think they waited around.
Yeah, I mean with a disposable angel, maybe. Not with a thug.
No, a disposable angel. Disposable flying units, absolutely. All right, so Pythium then moves forward and does its storm attack.
So if we look inside, okay, we've got that big Pythium army. Hold up.
So we have Storm coming out of, that's right, our good buddy, Rhodes Called, the Bronze Colossus. And oh my god.
So that I really love this build. We've got effectively a ring of regen for inanimate objects in that keystone. He's got a vine shield, which I love. He's got a scepter of cleansing fire, which I love because it gives him sight vengeance. If I remember properly. Yeah,
if I remember, just for people who don't know, in Dominions Enhanced, this artifact is construction 6, but still unique. This is a unique item which gives regeneration for dudes, and everything else is basically construction stiff. Sorry, inanimates. Yeah.
Can I see the scepter of cleansing fire really quick?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's got fire shield and eye vengeance. Mm-hmm. Both great combo.
Yeah, and of course it's a brand on effect, or not quite as good as a brand, but
you have to hit for it to affect, but it's perfectly good against non-defense stacking units, which is all of Pythium, except maybe angels.
And of course it has the Omega brand.
Yes, Ember is a double brand, 2 brands glued together.
Isn't it more damage than a brand?
It might. Maybe. No, you're right. I mean, I don't know if I would personally have gone with double shield. But this is perfectly good.
You can't do that. You need 4 arms.
Oh, sad. Okay.
If you did double copper arm, you could get 2 shields, but
no, Keystone's better for sure. I really like that helmet. Acid spray is so good.
Yeah, on someone with thugs. This much HP, absolutely. You need really high HP, but it'll take out thugs. It'll take out elites.
It'll hit yourself occasionally, so you want high HP with it. It's also got like 35 prots, so it can it can tank hits. So here comes a big communion.
How big is this communion?
I think there are 50 slaves. 58 slaves.
58 slaves. Hey, pretty close to getting a 6 magic boost.
Wow.
Only need 6 more than the slave. Oh my god.
So those mages are casting at like S6
just
or something.
Things. Yeah.
So here comes some air elemental.
Oh god. Oh, that's not good.
No, they were all like lucked or twist faded. I think it killed like one guy.
So we got a lot of globals went up. So natural storm. Or sorry, I don't know why they call it natural storm. It's storm. We got storm coming out of the Colossus.
It's an unnatural storm.
Yeah, a Theurg. I believe this is a power of water, actually, or maybe healing rains, yeah. We've got Light of the Northern Star, because of course 8 astrals not enough.
Yeah.
And Wrath of the Sky, which is what these lightning bolts are going out everywhere. So that's it looks like the rest of this army is pretty much disposable, though.
It's a lot of like starving stuff and some mages that were trapped in the fort, I think. I don't think Arco is expecting any of them to survive because it put up this, lightning thing.
Especially against look at these.
I really like that. So good job, Pyrthium.
Pyrthium is going all
willing
out.
To spend some gems to win the battle. And that's it's so worth it. You don't want to lose mages and tempo and everything because you were cheap
water
on
elementals
gems.
Are a great thing. If you just need to absolutely win a battle, water elementals.
Yes. So this stuff is all routing already. But Rhodes Called is just getting started.
Yeah. It's charging up. This is the anime villain at the end of the the dungeon. Oh god, here it comes. It's so slow, god, it's so slow. It is 23 magic resist, but it's
got a lot of shock resist. I don't think those air elementals will damage it. So what's on that angel thug?
This is a smasher.
And
if you saw, this guy just took 25 damage, which is what a smasher does. It does 20 armor negating damage to statues. So this 35 protection doesn't matter. But the problem is, this guy has 168 hit points and regeneration. So he is gaining like 17 health per turn. So that actually is fine.
It'll whittle him down. But if he's allowed to hit back at the angel, I think in a 1v1, I think he cleanly beats the angel. We'll see if Pyrthium can surround him with other things and the god, hits other things, then was that Blood Vengeance or something?
It looked like it. It looked like a little thing came and hit him. That's very strange.
Check the angel. I think this angel has Blood Vengeance. No, okay.
No. It looked like this guy took a bunch. Anyway, he took a bunch of damage, and the acid came out.
So here we see a lot of smites going down on the god. This is a terrible move, and Pythium's mages should feel bad about themselves. Not Pyrthium, because Pyrthium can't control the scripting at this point, but the mages have just decided to use smite on an MR26.
Well, here's the thing. So they have astral, right? So none of the astral stuff works. It's not actually a magic being, so none of the anti-magic being stuff works. So literally nothing in astral works. Nothing in astral above evocation 1 works.
We can't forget Starfires, but they do not appear to have decided to use Starfires.
Yes, but so
this is looking pretty bad for Arco, because look,
they're very
even though that Smasher is not doing he's regenning over half the Smasher damage, but it's hitting him every turn. But that Smasher is at negative hit points. Yeah, okay, so from Undying.
Yeah,
so one more hit on that Smasher Thug will kill it. So this could be really close.
Absolutely.
If he doesn't get that Smasher, he's probably done for.
Yeah, here's the thing. So Pythium decided to summon Angels of Fury, or I don't know if they decided or if it was off script. And what they really needed was their angels with flambeaux, because flambeaux are armor piercing, and 2 per square, so will absolutely kill this Colossus. But this thing is next to useless versus the Colossus, except for the fact that it does Blood Vengeance. Oh wait, 23 MR. Who cares?
Yeah,
but water elementals.
In Pythium's
really
defense,
cut through.
I would not have anticipated Arco bringing its god in here because it's awfully risky with Starfires, with Smasher Thugs. This was a very bold move with the god.
So normally when a thug is surrounded by water elementals, that's game over. Even the best SCs in the game can't deal with a pile of water elementals. And as you can see, this thing's health is slowly going down. Unfortunately, there are some air elementals here there's some freezing, and Shockwave does actually kill water elementals pretty well. Mm-hmm. So there's stuff here. And now wait, I don't know if these guys are on advanced and cast or something, but here,
yes, they absolutely were.
They're here to watch the fight. Yeah, so these guys are now here to watch the fight, and they're all casting Word of Power, which is Smite in Astral, basically. And of course,
Which
the Lightning
will,
Storm is still going on.
yeah. So
And
that
this thing, it's slow. It's draining health. It's going down. I don't know if it's the Smite.
yeah. And
It's
if
the
you look
water
at the
elementals.
Pythian mages, they're not going down quick to the lightning because they all have like Twist Fate, Luck, Ethereal. I guess Ethereal doesn't help, but they have Twist Fate,
They
Luck.
didn't take Lightning Resist, which would help, but
Right.
they could all have cast that. But they only have 4 scripts, right? With if one of them is going to be so 55 health. It's getting there.
Oh man. So this would be really bad for Arco if it's lost its god and like effectively killed a few mages.
Yeah, now
that would be really
these water
bad.
elementals are now that one of these water elementals are small, they are now being webbed again. There's some Blood Vengeance is doing work. It's 51 damage. Oh, the shockwave though, it's just taking these water elementals out. Oh my god, 38 health.
Oh, the Smasher bug went down.
Oh, it's gone. Oh wait, 32 health. And the water elementals are all stunned. 49. It's coming back.
Oh, it's coming back.
Oh my god, it's coming back. And
check how many comm slaves are still alive. It's got to be lower.
Some comm slaves. These comm slaves are dying slowly. So we've got 25 now. And of course, once you lose some comm slaves, shall we note this thing is kind of going back up again. Once you lose some comm slaves, you start losing a lot more, even if you're only casting Smite. What's keeping these comm slaves alive?
Wait, but they should be taking fatigue from Smite.
They still take encumbrance, which is minimum 1.
Yeah, they all just died. It looks like.
And it looks like the last comm slaves have died to finally, because these guys, some of them are changing to cheat fate, which actually costs
Yeah. Okay. Yep. They're all dead. They killed the whole comm.
The interesting. Yeah. So what's important here is that once you have no comm slaves, these guys all go to a Holy Tube. It means they can no longer cast Smite. So instead, they cast Cheat Fate, which is just a luck spell. Well, that's pretty good.
It's not bad with all the lightning bolts coming down.
But
they've got to they're dead if they can't get hits on that god.
Absolutely, and they cast Aim, and there's still a couple guys.
Okay, but hang on. So it just took 19 damage.
Yeah, it did. It just took some damage.
That's from Channel Divine Starfire, which is the DE sort of S1 H1 version of Starfire.
Yeah, so it's a very slightly upgraded version of Starfire. It's 5 hits instead of 3. But guess what? It's pretty low. It's like
10 fatigue
precision, pretty low range, but it's armor negating and no save. So guess what? After they all cast Cheat Fate, this thing regenning up.
Yeah, what's its HP at now?
Prayer of the Void, 44.
That's not very high.
Alive. Resist magic. They're gonna run out of spells to cast because a mage will never cast a spell that's like it already. It won't do it. Shield of Faith, Twist Faith, Phantasmal Warrior. Oh my god!
They're running through the whole roster here.
Slime. They're casting Slime. Holy Avenger. Power of the Void. Quicken Self.
Sliming their own water
elementals.
Shield. Okay.
They're sliming their own water elementals. What is this thing's HP at now? 69.
So if they don't switch to Starfires, it's going to charge them and kill the whole mage wall.
Phantasmal Warrior.
And the Warriors are not going to cut it against the Shockwave. One Shockwave will take out the whole crew.
Yeah, and I don't know. This one of them. Yeah, let's see. This one still can do Word of Power because it's Astral 3.
Wait, what's the god HP at? Ooh,
that's
looking really bad for Pyrthium. Because remember, Arco has not lost much. If the god lives and holds the fort, that's huge. And wiping Pythium's Magefall, that would be pretty much sort of the end of Pythium's invasion.
Absolutely. Let's see, what's its HP at? 100. Oh, wow. It's back to full.
So the Phantasmal Warriors are slowing it down, but it's slowly gaining ground.
This thing will die, by the way, at turn timer. No, it's the defender, so the Pythians will run first. Shock and Grasp.
Oh, but here come the Starfires.
Wait.
There are barely...
For some reason.
There are barely any units left between the mages and the god.
Yeah, so for some reason, the fact that...
here they come.
For some reason, the fact that this thing has killed all of its allies has made the mages change scripting. And now they're all casting Channel Divine.
Oh, maybe they were afraid of hitting their friendlies before. And now that there are no more friendlies, they're letting it loose.
The precision was too low, So they're hitting their friendlies, and oh my
Oh
god, here it
wow, here
comes.
it comes.
It's going back down again.
Oh, but there are no more
And
blockers. This is
there are
it.
no more blockers. Everything can go. Oh, okay. Someone didn't get the memo. Clearly.
Well, I would take a blocker at
Oh
this point. I don't.
god, that precision is so bad under Storm. Like,
Oh, there it
can get in
goes.
range, but with absolutely everyone casting Channel Divine Starfire, the Colossus of Rhodes goes down. So
What a
what we need
fight.
to talk about is let's talk about Let's talk about the cost. Let's talk about the cost. So what did Archocephali lose? Archocephali lost their god. Archocephali lost a bunch.
Eight mystics.
Eight mystics and some whatever. Yeah. Some troops, some heart.
Doesn't really matter, yeah.
Nothing. They've got another big army pretty nearby. Yeah. What did Pyrthium lose? Pyrthium lose 8 of these mages, 5 of these mages, 3 Surgs, a Harbinger with all its gear, a bunch of legionaries, 58 communicants. That
hurts.
Yeah. This is like, 4,000 gold, I think, from Pyrthium.
And a lot of that gold is in like limited recruitment units, either the communicants or the mages.
So if we look here, Arco actually still has all of its mystics, or most of them anyway.
Yeah.
Arco still has this giant army. And what does Pyrthium have? Well, not a lot.
It's got a lot of land. It does not have a lot of units.
It's got a lot of land. And I know Pyrthium is not really particularly glamorous, so I don't think there are elves hiding in this land. But they took the fort.
Yeah.
I don't see how they can continue this war, at least pushing forward.
Yeah, I think as Pyrthium, you gotta regroup. Maybe they hope that Arco will sort of not bother to try to siege the fort and retake it, given that Man is making some moves on the other front. Yeah. But I think Pythium's forward progress is stopped. Yeah. I think for the time being.
Pyrthium has a lot of good stuff, right? Pyrthium has a lot of mages. I don't think Arco can make gains here because of the stuff that Pyrthium can bring. But advancing takes men to burn, right? You cannot take forts without lots and lots of dudes. It's not happening. So I think this is when the Pythian advance probably stops.
Pyrthium can maybe raid a little bit, either with disposable 25-men crews of legionnaires or like harbingers.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they can make it very hard. This is why I think Arco doesn't make a lot of I think it's stopped here. Right? I think this is the border basically, unless they trade for it or something, right? Because anything Arco does, they can throw, without their god, you can just throw 28 MR Harbingers at it. And what is Arco going to do against that, really?
Well, Soul Slay
they resist fire. And, well, I said 28 MR Harbingers. Like, yes, if you move the entire Mystic stack, you'd have a thing, but,
It's hard. It'd be hard for Arco to defend against Raiders, yes.
Exactly. Especially, like, hey, I don't see any mages here, actually. Like, Pythium could cloud trapeze a Harbinger onto this province and kill all of these guys.
Yeah, I mean, certainly it'd be great. Maybe it wasn't possible this turn. It'd be great to see more players using scout pings to, like, sort of check. Like, if Pythium had a scout pinging off, like, attacking this province and retreating on the first turn, that's what we mean when we say scout ping, then they'd know if there were mages, and they could decide whether or not to drop a thug on it based on that.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see more of that. It's fine. Pythium had other concerns this turn, but going forward.
So the other side of this army, we had the army of Man.
So who do you feel won that battle between Pyrthium and Arco? That was.
I think Man won that battle.
Yeah.
But here's something with this battle. It was a very large army. I think you can agree. But there's something missing from this army. Do you see anything missing, Gemini?
Yeah, I see a total of 1 mage, and it's the god.
Yeah, and of course, the mage here. Clearly this guy didn't get the memo. That whoa-ho, the god is dead. And I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this. We talked about this already. But yeah, here's the army. These unicorn knights kick ass. So hey, maybe you don't need mages. Well, maybe all the mages are staying home and researching Gift of Nature's Bounty. Right? They've just clicked on Conjuration 9 or whatever it is. And
I think this army as it stands gets totally annihilated by like a Mystic stack. As long as Arco can put 100 troops in front of it to stall them long enough for the Mystics to drop like Evos.
Or yeah, they could even sit and just like make a mind control communion, right?
Yeah,
That would be,
they could. That would be very spooky.
Are there mages here? Okay,
A
there's some mages
couple.
here.
Okay.
It's like some raiding mages. What is it? Swarm casters. What tech is man bringing?
Let's see.
Thunderstrike.
Thunderstrike.
Okay, well,
Okay.
that's fair.
Are they all 8/3s?
No, it's a communion.
Oh, okay. That's right. The safety communions where that
Yeah,
automatically
these
pop
communions
once
are
they
great
go over
because
100.
as soon as these nature communions hit 100 fatigue, they wimp out. They are not willing to die for their communion.
Unlike those Pythium dudes.
The Pythian, such hardcore.
Yeah.
All right. Last and definitely least is the continued conflicts on the between the elves.
I think 3 of those we don't even need to watch because they are just Calum retaking land. So remember last turn, Calum won a big battle against Pythium, and sort of Pythium's army was wiped. Indies took over Aryu's cap, so Aryu was mostly on the defensive this turn.
Yeah.
Here we see Aryu's raiders that were in the lake, including a lot of really good magic weapon troops that should have been with the main stack, sort of have resurfaced. But unfortunately for them, I think they've run into Calum's god.
Yeah, it takes a lot more than that to take this guy down. Oh boy!
29 defense, 4 attacks a turn.
27 effective protection against things that aren't Thistle Spirits. 4 attacks a turn.
Yeah. I don't think Aryu will do it. We'll see.
Not without like a weird HP route thing. But yeah, there's nothing in this army. There are no thugs here.
Yeah, what's the attack on those Thistle Spears?
Let's see. Undergrowth 3, we've got 15 attack. Like they can hit things,
but
they've
got 17,
it's
right?
Not enough.
17 is not enough to get to 28.
Yeah,
it's got awe.
It's not enough.
Yeah.
I mean, if they were surrounded, maybe if this thing was completely surrounded, it might have worked. But
yeah, no. Yeah, so,
not even Phantasmal City.
And they're fully surrounded, so the mages will all die in retreat too.
Yep. Oh god.
So that's very bad for Aryu.
What is this? Gossamer cloth? What does this
do? That should have been on a scout, sadly. Yeah. So Aryu, I think, is in full defense mode. It's an open question whether they can hold their cap. If I were a betting man, which I am, I would bet that if Calum took all their troops and all their mages and just clicked on Aryu's cap and put as many gems on them as they could and did summon water power, full-size water elementals, I think they could take the cap this turn.
If I remember correctly, you have some official consulting advice for Calum this turn that we can put on screen.
Oh yes, we drew a diagram to help Calum make the difficult decision this turn because there were some issues with Calum against Uruk. But I think Calum has the chance to sort of right the historical wrong this turn.
Absolutely. We'd love to see Calum. Calum's been trying really hard, and they've been doing a pretty good job, actually.
They did a great job with Diplo. They just, made some high variance moves against Uruk, and they sort of came out on the wrong end of it.
Yeah, Calum needs to play some safe. Aryu made some risky moves here. Calum made the safe moves. The great thing about birds is you can make safe moves because you can move everything all to the same place. So let's see how that works. Though I don't know, these hobbits don't hit walls very hard. I know. Obviously that birds do, but
yeah, I think
this could be an interesting siege
for Aryu.
There's actually a lot of Aryu to get down.
Yeah, we'll see if Aryu may decide to put up 40 PD and put everything it has on Swarm, and I think the battle gets a lot more even at that point. I think Calum can still win based on the pretty heavy losses Aryu has taken, but I don't know. I feel like Aryu maybe has to take that gamble because if it just lets its cap get sieged, Calum can immediately split off, take every other province, and then even if they recover control of their cap, it's kind of close to game over for Aryu.
So I count 15 air mages. There may be more in forts. I really hope these forts are making more air mages and not ice crafters.
Yeah, so
that is one thing that Calum's going to suffer with. They just don't have the real critical mass of mages you need to blow up this army.
I mean, the good news is that's 30 air elementals at minimum if they come in with 3 gems each.
Yep. All right.
And under Storm, that's a lot.
Yep.
Plus all the W1s can make full size air elementals if we've got the summon what is it? Summon water power.
Power of water.
Power of water gives all water mages in the field +1 water, and then they can spend 2 gems each to make water elementals. And that is well worth the gems if you get Air Use Cap under siege early.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's been a long turn. There have been a lot of interesting battles, but I think we're finally done. That's how the state of things stand.
Yeah, this has been the biggest turn so far, with sort of Ulm and Calum on the Ascension. And sort of, big changes in the Pyrthium and Arco War, although sort of no real winner decided yet.
Yep. Well, who knows? Let's see what happens from here.
Can't wait to see Ian to jump in on one side or another.
Oh yeah, I want to see. The long empire of Ind really wants to make itself normal shaped, I'm sure. And maybe Arco, maybe Aryu.
It's got two great targets.
Either of those people would be great target. Maybe even Pyrthium, but that would be another long empire move. So we'll see how long they want to make it.
Yeah, that's never stopped him before.
Never stopped him before.
Ooh.